Okay, Steve. So we've been back in pre-season training. Started on last Saturday, wasn't it? Last Saturday morning.
Yep.
Avoided the rain mostly.
Mostly, yeah.
Chucking it down when we got there, and chucking it down as we left. How did it go?
Yeah, I think everyone enjoyed it. Everyone was obviously the mood was very different from last season. I think everyone needed the break, recharge the batteries. Some new faces obviously makes a difference, and renewed hope along with it.
Yeah, it was all a bit freshened up, wasn't it?
Yeah, nice.
So let's have a quick chat about some of the new arrivals.
Yeah.
We'll start with Jason Matthews coming as keeper coach.
Yeah, well, not just keeper coach, but he's been absolutely fantastic with regard to putting players forward and prospective signings, and really chewing over things, and obviously with his wealth of knowledge and his massive experience that comes with him, it's been a huge help. And the added bonus is he is absolutely a fantastic lad as well. Yeah. He is a really nice guy.
Yeah, nice fun.
It's a fantastic fellow to have around.
And can't half strike a football, I noticed on Saturday.
He's still in good shape as well, isn't he? Actually,
really bings it. Yeah. Nice return for Gerald Benfield as well to work with Jason.
Yeah, and obviously vice versa. I mean, they both know each other very well, and it's important that we got someone to replace Steve Hollick. So Jace is fantastic in that respect, and I think Gerard, he's one of those goalkeepers that the more he does and the more he works and the harder he works, the better he becomes. So it's up to me and obviously Jace to keep on top of that, and hopefully we'll have a fantastic keeper.
Yeah, gave him a good workout on Saturday morning. Dinesh was the first signing to come in through the door.
Yeah, Dinesh. Bits and pieces. Spoke to Antonio. Spoke to some of the lads at Bournemouth. Obviously spoke to the Hereford manager, and everyone has given him a real good reference. Spoke to him as well. And spoke to him at length on many occasions, and firstly wanted to come. That was it. Wanted to come. No, didn't want to go anywhere else. Wanted to come here. Wanted to play for this football club. Was excited by the prospect, and seems like a really good guy and a nice character as well. And that's the sort of person that we want around this football club. So more than pleased to have someone like that. He can play in numerous positions. He can play sitting midfield. He can play right back, left back, either centre half. So after last year, we've got to admit, we really do need people who are, who can step into various positions at certain times. If we were to get injuries, I don't mean long term, but certainly can fill a gap, for short term.
We move on to the last few weeks where we brought in firstly Ben Thompson.
Yeah, Ben. He's a big, strong lad. He'll go and he'll mess a few centre halves up for us. He'll get us up the pitch. He'll go in behind. He's one of those that defenders don't like to play against, physical presence. So another lad who it was only us. If he was leaving Weymouth, there was only us that he was coming to, which was great. And in the end, financially, it was an absolute no-brainer. So he was great to deal with.
And a player that had a lot of interest, and luckily we did land him, is Brandon Goodchip. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah. Obviously, that was a quite an elongated process, because you're up against 5 or 6 others, and I think the difference this year is, obviously sat down with the chairman and Jeremy and and everyone involved at the football club really, and said, what do we want this season? We were in a position where we, I would say subservient would probably not too strong a word, but would probably be around where we were to other clubs before this season. We've stood our ground this season. I don't think no one's trying to say to you that we got Calvin Brooks or Marvin Brooks for nothing. Players of that quality cost, but in previous seasons we would have just had to have let them go. We'd have held our hands up and said, we can't pay the money that you want. This year they've been good. They've actually taken less than I thought they would ask for, and Brandon was the same. And what also is really important is that players who come here want to play for this club, and I looked at. I mean, Calv's the one that comes to me. I'm saying, Calv, what are you going to do? Calv comes to me and says, I want to stay. This is what I'm looking for. And as I say, it's feasible. Marv's the same. Brandon, there's only one place that Brandon was going, like Tomo. It was only coming here if he was leaving Weymouth. So the model at Weymouth didn't work for either of them. That's not to say that they would have stayed at Weymouth, not to say they would have come here. What it is that just the model didn't work. So we were then, amongst others, and I've got to say, Brandon had offers from 2 clubs in our division of a lot more money than we're paying him, but he was prepared to work. He knew the budget. He'd spoken to lads here who knew that we're not just a club who's just going to go and throw money at it, but we're paying him good money. No one's trying to deny that. We are, and you would have to get him here. But he's also done his bit, where he's come and he's been he's negotiated it so that I think we're both happy with the end result.
Yeah, good middle ground.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a few of the incomings. Let's say farewell to a few. We've got obviously the 2 goalkeepers, Patrick and Marcus, have both departed this summer.
Yeah, Marcus has gone to Hungerford, which is good. I really like Marcus. I'm really pleased that he's got someone sort of trying all summer to help him out. Obviously Pat's gone back to Gosport, which is great for him. It's a fantastic football club for him. They've got lots of good players, and he'll have a really good time there. He knows what he's getting into. Obviously Ollie knows. Ollie was just, we'd signed 2 players from down that way, so Ollie was going to jump in with them and come up, and everything was fine. And then at the last minute, they both changed their mind and let me down. And obviously that left Ollie on his own. It just doesn't work for Ollie to drive up here. It's 2 hours here, 2 hours back. Sometimes he's going to London. It's taking him 3.5 hours to get there. So it just wasn't feasible on his own. Feasible on his own. He was struggling with his back last year, his neck. Obviously, a job he does. He stood on his feet for a long period. So, he's a fantastic lad. He really is. And I'm gutted that we're losing him as a player, not just as a player, but as a character, because he's another one of those lads who's just fantastic to have around. And he's at times he's been fantastic for us. So, as I said, it was more circumstance than anything else. And it's it's just disappointing we lose a character of like him, because he's just great to have around.
And another character, Charlie Kennedy, is departed.
Yeah, Chaz. Didn't really get much of a chance with Chaz. Didn't really speak finances. Obviously, this is. I mean, I think it sums up the different nature of where we are as a football club and where everybody else seems to be. When this club was, at it in its pomp, Tottenham were struggling, Wimborne was struggling. Poole weren't the club that they are now. You're looking at, Dorchester didn't have a 4G pitch, didn't have income coming from that. They were struggling. Weymouth now back down to the level, where they're looking for players. Gosport, Swindon Supermarine, Eastleigh. There's lots and lots of clubs around here now that can all really punch their weight financially. So, Tottenham obviously spoke to Charlie very early. And he just rang up and said, I'm going to be going to Tottenham. I didn't really get much of a say in it. When he was being paid a significant amount of money, and and good luck to him. It's that's what it's all about. He gave us great service. He's another really nice lad. I wish him all the best.
And finally, Baggy's gone.
I'm a bit disappointed actually with the way it's been done. I'm a bit disappointed with the how he's gone about it. No, if it is, as I said, if it is purely finances and it's out of us in Gosport, there's only one winner. I mean, the last text I had from Baggy, he'd asked for I think it was about 150 quid more than Calvin. It just wasn't feasible for him to stay. It wasn't feasible for him to stay and Brandon to come here.
It's a big chunk of budget.
Yeah. So I had to. We have a budget, we have to work to that. That's not the way that, like some other clubs, and Gosport don't work like that. If there's a good player, Gosport can go and get him because they have a very, very wealthy chairman. And he's gone and got, money far in excess of what we were willing to pay him. So, if it's just a financial transaction, we've got no chance, and that's basically what it was. So, he's gone, and that's his choice and up to him. I'm disappointed in the way that it was done, and probably the way that he's gone about it. But it's as I say, it's his choice, and he's gone now, and we'll move on.
So we look into pre-season, which kicks off this Saturday against Froome.
Yeah, good game that. I mean, we've been threatening to play them, but it just hasn't worked out because they've only had Friday nights available previous seasons, and I like the manager down there. He's a good guy, and we talk occasionally. And I went down there to watch the playoffs last year, and the pitch was very nice. It'll be decent for a start. They're a very good side at that level, so a real good test for us. And it makes perfect sense at this stage. And keeping off of our pitch again for another week, which is going to be invaluable. Yeah. And it's really a fixture that makes perfect sense. And we'll have lads will have 45 minutes max. We'll do a bit before and after the game. So it should be a really good day for everybody. I'm really looking forward to it now. As I say, I think everybody needed the break. I think after what we all went through last season, we really did need to cut that short, get away from it, and start again. I think now, there's a completely different feel, as you saw Saturday. It's just a different
end of last
football
season,
club.
we were praying for the end of it, weren't we?
Well,
but
it's just
we're all very excited to get going again.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's a lovely fresh start. And then the week after that, on the 9th of July, we've got Brentford 11 at home, which should be a good game.
Should be great. Yeah, it's a fantastic game to look forward to. That's in a couple of weeks, so we will have been back a couple of weeks by then. We're not going to be fully up to speed, but people should be able to do an hour, 70 minutes, which will be great. We've got a few games where we can mix and match, and I want to see some different systems and have a look at players in different positions. We've got the amount of games we've got simply because not everybody's going to play in them all. Of course they're not. What we want to do is have a look at some youngsters, have a look at some trialists. Yeah. Absolutely. Look at, I just want to see where certain players can play. I'll have a look at Devon on the right, and Brandon on the left, and just general things, a 3 in midfield, a 10, a 2 up front, just things just to see how things work, and whether we go 3 at the back. So all these games is just information really. It's nothing about results, fitness levels, and obviously we need to keep that in mind. But we're also looking to have a little bit of a look and see, for what we need to do if we need to change things. And as I say, there's a little bit of flexibility within the squad now with the players that we've got.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Steve, and have a good day.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.